I need to admit something out loud. I know how to show up. I have the evidence for that. I've done weekly vlogs. I've built an archive. I've stayed consistent through work, family, fatigue, school, sports, and real life. So the question is not, can I keep going? I've already answered that. The harder question is, do I actually know how to make this work on YouTube? And that honest answer is not yet, not fully. And that's what this episode is all about. Not me teaching from the mountains, not me pretending I cracked the code. This is just me naming the part that I'm still trying to understand. Because showing up is one thing, getting discovered by strangers is something else. For a long time, I thought of treating YouTube like the gym. In the gym, the equation is pretty clear. You show up, you do the reps, you add pressure over time, and if you stay consistent, your body has to respond. Maybe not overnight, maybe not perfectly, but effort has a direct relationship with adaptation. And that made sense to me. So I brought that same mindset into YouTube. Show up, upload, keep improving, stack the reps, and eventually the platform should respond. But I'm starting to understand that YouTube does not work like that exactly, at least from where I'm standing. Because YouTube is not just a place where effort gets rewarded. It's a place where strangers have to understand something is worth their time. And that's different. And I'm still learning that difference. This doesn't erase the value of the reps. That part is important. My vlogs actually still matter. My archive still matters. My consistency still proves something. You know, those videos documented my family. They documented my growth. They gave me camera reps, editing reps, storytelling reps, voiceover reps. They gave me proof that I could keep a creative promise inside of a full adult life. So I'm not looking back at those vlogs like they were a mistake. They were never a mistake. They were the foundation. I need to be clear about something. My vlogs were never just about clicks. At some point, they became bigger than performance. They became an archive, a record for my family, a place where years from now, they can look back on and see what Dad was trying to build, what I cared about, what I protected, where I showed up, where I missed, where I kept going anyway. So when I say I'm trying to learn YouTube, I'm not saying that the vlogs failed. They already gave me something valuable. They gave my family a record, but the extension has a different purpose. This is me now asking, can lessons from my life become useful to people who do not already know me? And that is the experiment. Historically, from everything that I've seen and been told, vlogs are hard to grow from. It's not impossible, but it's hard, especially when the viewer doesn't actually already care about the person. And that actually makes sense because my life means something to me. My kids mean something to me. My archive means something to me. But a stranger doesn't owe me that context. And they don't know what 2023 cost me, or 2024, or 2025. You feel me? Like, they don't know why the streak mattered. They do not know the weight behind the footage. So when I want someone new to enter the work, I have to give them a clearer doorstep. And that's what I'm trying to build with this extension. Not a replacement for my vlogs, a doorway into a bigger story. I want to be careful here though, because I'm not trying to fall into the rabbit hole of chasing every YouTube tactics. I'm not trying to change thumbnails every minute. I'm not trying to become someone who studied the algorithm more than he studied the work. That is not my goal. And honestly, the YouTube world can be confusing. You hear people say thumbnails are everything. Then you see somebody put a regular photo from a phone and get hundreds of thousands of views. You hear people say production quality matters. Then you see simple screen recordings or a rough animation outperform something polished. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that rules are clean. They aren't, at least not for me yet. So what I do know is clearer work has a better chance than unclear work. That's the part that I can control. So the 52 episode extension is my pressure test. And that's what this is, a controlled experiment. Not because I know exactly what I'm doing, but because I'm trying to learn without blowing up my life. I'm testing clearer titles. I'm testing simpler thumbnails. I'm testing hooks that get to the point faster. I'm testing whether a talking head format like this carries the lesson from my real life in a way that strangers can understand. I'm testing whether my archive can become more than an archive, whether it can become useful actually, whether my story can become a bridge for another adult who feels behind, tired, boxed in, or unsure where to start. And that's the test. And I'm doing it in public. The thing I'm learning is that internal payoff and external payoff are not the same. Internally, the work already paid me. It gave me the structure. It gave me the continuity. It gave me the confidence. It gave me the record for my family. It gave me a body of work no one can take away from me. And that's big. But the external payoff is different. Discovery is different. Growth is different. Leverage is different. That requires me to think about the person who has no reason to click, no reason to care, no reason to trust yet. That is not selling out. That is learning how to be understood. And that is the shift that I'm in right now. So no, I don't know how this all works yet. Not at all. I know what helped me survive creatively. I know what kept me consistent. I know what gave me foundation. Now I'm trying to learn what helps the work travel, what helps a stranger enter the story, what helps the message become clear before the depth begins. And that's uncomfortable because it puts me back in the position of being a student. But maybe that's the point. At 41 years old, I'm not just trying to keep uploading. I'm trying to keep learning. And the next half of this year, that's where this learning gets tested. Not perfectly, not magically, not with guarantees, but with honesty. Because I know how to show up. Now I'm trying to learn how to be found. And I'm done. If you found this helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Ask a question if you have some. If you have some concerning thoughts, share them. I would love to read them. Still trying to find this community. Still trying to build, still trying to learn. If you feel like this wasn't for you and you feel like, I know somebody who this message might be more geared towards, send it their way. I'd appreciate that. These drop every Thursday. With that being said, please check out what is queued up next. And I will see you guys next week.